Hello and welcome to another UltraTech product training session. Today we are talking about the Ultra Spill Deck Plus model. The Ultra Spill Deck Plus is a modular spill containment system designed for use with 55-gallon drums, tanks, totes, forklift batteries, and other containers and vessels that contain hazardous material. The spill decks are assembled into systems using bulkhead fittings and T-strips to connect the spill deck modules together. The bulkhead fittings serve a dual purpose. They secure the decks together and also allow any spills to travel from one deck to another. It's this shared containment capacity that allows the Ultra Spill Decks to meet the EPA and SPCC regulations. There's a link in the description below to a video that explains those regulations in further detail. The T-strips are placed above each connection to bridge the gap and prevent any spills from getting in between the spill decks. The weight capacity of these decks is what truly differentiates it from other spill decks. Each deck is rated for up to 10,000 pounds per square foot. The Ultra Spill Deck Plus model has a very low 4 1/4 inch profile, which makes drum loading and unloading relatively easy. Please keep in mind that the lower profile also means lower containment capacity relative to the standard Ultra Spill decks. The P2 Plus or 2-drum deck is capable of containing up to 17.5 gallons, and the P4 Plus or 4-drum deck can hold up to 35 gallons. I mentioned this earlier, but it's worth repeating. Assuming that these decks are being used for 55-gallon drums, they do not meet the EPA and SPCC regulations. Not by themselves, anyway. You would need to connect enough decks together so that their combined capacity would be enough to meet the regulations. Again, there is a link in the description below to a video that explains the regulations in further detail. Let's compare the Spill Deck Plus to the standard spill decks. These spill decks are very popular and one of our top-selling product lines, so it makes sense to compare them to the Spill Deck Plus units to see how they differ and which one would be a better solution. The standard spill decks are available in 1, 2, and 4-drum modules. The Plus model is available in 2 and 4-drum only, no 1-drum. There is a relatively significant height difference with the standard at 5 3/4 inches and the Plus model at 4 1/4 inches. Weight capacity for the standard decks is 3,000 pounds for the 2-drum and 6,000 pounds for the 4-drum. And as I mentioned earlier, the Spill Deck Plus is rated for 10,000 pounds per square foot. Containment for the standard decks is 22 gallons for the 2-drum and 44 gallons for the 4-drum. And as previously mentioned, the 2-drum Plus model holds 17.5 gallons and the 4-drum Plus model holds up to 35 gallons. And lastly, both models have ramps, but the ramp for the standard spill deck is polyethylene, while the ramp for the Plus model is made of steel. The Ultra Spill Deck models are made with 100% polyethylene, so they have excellent chemical resistance and won't rust or corrode. The grating is removable for easy inspection and cleaning, and you can buy additional components. So, for example, if you had 2 4-drum decks with 8 drums on top and something changed so that you had to store additional drums, you could simply purchase another deck, whether that be a 2-drum or 4-drum or any combination of those, and add them to the current system. This system is modular, so you can make it as big as you need. Applications are probably going to be something indoors and probably going to have something heavy on top. That could be in manufacturing, warehousing, chemical processing, property management, auto service. Really, any industry where 55-gallon drums are used or stored is a great place to use Ultra Spill Decks. What else do you need to know? The Spill Deck Plus is not compatible with other decks. In other words, they cannot be connected to other decks. Because of their lower profile, they do not match up properly with standard spill decks, inline spill decks, or bladder systems. The decks are not forkliftable, so they cannot be moved with a forklift or pallet jack. So if portability is a primary concern, a spill pallet will probably be a better choice. So why would you choose the Spill Deck Plus instead of one of our other spill containment products? Most likely, it would be because of the ridiculous weight capacity. For those applications with very heavy containers or equipment, this is an almost bulletproof solution. Why wouldn't you choose them? Cost. When you compare this to the standard spill decks, the Spill Deck Plus is more expensive, so unless that extra weight capacity is necessary, the standard decks will probably be a better choice. Some other products to consider if you're looking at the Spill Deck Plus and aren't quite sold on them. Of course, we have the standard spill decks. Those are certainly worth a look since they function very similarly for a lower price. They just don't have the weight capacity of the Plus models. Another possible option is the Ultra Spill Pallet Plus, which also has a very high weight capacity and also has forklift pockets for better portability. Thank you for your time. Look for more product training videos on our YouTube channel.